Hello everyone, welcome on back to Hutan Pantai. Alright, so I'm just getting this, well, at least starting to be brought up to the temple. I'll probably just have a worker bring it up the rest of the way, because then after that I'll have a worker bring it to the warehouse, and I'm going to have it, yeah, I think it'd be here should go, right? Yes. I'll have it go to the warehouse, and I'll buy the cement bags from there. That way we can at least go to the next stage. Yeah, you might be wondering why the combine header is on this trailer. Yeah, that's a pretty good question. Every time I try to put it on the header trailer, it will just start flying up into the air. So I kind of had to bring it like this. I'm assuming it's a bit of a bug. I don't know. I know at one point I put it on the trailer, it flipped up into the air, then landed on top of the combine. I really wish I was recording when that happened. That would have been pretty funny, but yeah. Unfortunately, I had to bring it up this way. I tried resetting the trailer as well as the header. It did not seem to want to work any better doing that, so I had to just use super strength and get it brought up that way. Hopefully it gets fixed before I have to bring it around too much more. Yeah, I guess I could actually show it right now. Just watch this be the one time I won't do it now. Maybe it'll only do it when it's not connected. Yeah. That time it kind of just screwed up and went to the side, but other times it would go flying up into the air. So, bit of a problem there. I'm sure it's hopefully just a bug and it can get fixed. But yeah, the reason the combine is up here right now is we do have this here oat field. It is ready. Turn on all the lights because it is extremely foggy out. Extremely foggy. Hopefully I can take this down to that field and think about that. Then once this harvest is done, we're gonna rent a baler. Oh, of course there's a car coming. We'll rent a baler. And with that, we'll start baling some straw. Oh, come on. Just barely. Just let me through. That'll be the plan at least. That way we can have basically everything for TMR outside of, well, the mixer itself. Yeah, you can't see anything down here. Wow. It is just foggy. Yeah, I'm not sure how this video is going to come out if it's just fog. You legit can't see anything. That's something. I know it's really foggy, like by the store and stuff too. I'm sure it's a cloudy day. Probably doesn't help much either, so we're not getting much sunlight down here. Still early in the morning. I'll see if I can increase time speed a little bit, see if that'll speed up. And see if it'll start dissipating the fog. Right, just like that. This is here. It's not going to be cheap to do the cement bags, and I do realize that we're likely to lose a little bit of money on it. I realize that, but that way we can at least get to the next stage. Just like that, we're at $89,500, and I did need to get this collected. I'm sure we'll probably get another one coming through at some point. We'll see. Go and grab the trailer. We'll actually be able to see what's going on in the field. Such a small thing, but it's nice to have, being able to see the field. It looks like the barley field might be ready next month too, from what I could see. Which is good. We'll have a bunch of products to sell this winter. My hope is that we can get a larger planter, seeder, but the problem is we might not have the horsepower for that. So that's kind of the concern. I'm going to upgrade this trailer. Oh, it's free. Okay. Well, there we have it. We have the extension now. Because here's the thing. This tractor here is 210 horsepower. It's going to be tough to pull a lot of the drills. I'm probably going to want more than 210 horsepower. I honestly haven't looked too much. Let's see. Seeders. We'll look into seeders first. We have... Which one do we have? We have this one. It's 4-meter drill. So we want at least a 6. Oh, this one would work. The horse would work. That's an extra 2 meters, which isn't a ton, but it's a decent upgrade. Planters, obviously this one is kind of nice. It's a little bit, you know, probably more horsepower than what we can handle, but I would think it'd be fine. So maybe we try to go after this one, which we could almost afford right now, but yeah, right now I think, let's see, yes, the max is 210. And obviously to get more horsepower, we're going to have to go way up here, which is, you know, almost 300,000, which at that point you try to get a large tractor, which can be upgraded even farther. And I would prefer not to go down to one tractor again. It was rough when we had that. So obviously selling, see the Adco here. Yeah, it's like worthless at this point. It's not worth that much money, so it's not even worth trying to sell that. We'd be able to sell this, which would be, you know, nice 30,000, but we don't have a ton of things to actually sell. Merlot is pretty worth it. We don't have much else that's worth a ton of money. So, yeah, we have a bunch of money coming in eventually with lettuce. I think that is right now January is the date that I was seeing. So, hey, there we are. And I think the buffalo mozzarella is January. Oyster mushrooms are January. And we can sell the rice cakes kind of whenever. So the plan is to kind of sell all of those in January. So we're talking probably $300,000-$400,000 in that month. I want to make sure we don't go into that one trigger once we get this full, because that would be quite unfortunate. Probably back up a little bit more, actually. Probably put it onto the truck itself. Okay, I'm going to verify it needs 6 cement bags, yeah, which we'll buy 7. To be on the safe side, and I do see something in the sales. Nothing that we need. We'll buy 7. A lot of times it ends up needing that last little bit anyways. Plus, I'm sure there'll be a future stage that'll need it. So 7 is $31,000. Okay, we'll buy that. And we should be able to see how much they're worth now. We'll be able to sell it for 26. So we're losing like $5,000 by doing this, but that's not too bad. This, of course, here, the skid steer is just for warehouse use. If you weren't here when I added these in. They're just for warehouse use. And I think I have a forklift at the store. It's just for store use only. Get these loaded up. Oh, I didn't raise it far enough up. It's kind of a bit of a hilly section I was seeing here. The ramp is pretty tough. So, alright. Get this loaded up. Then we'll get these strapped in, and I'll probably have to take it down to the road. That way I can just have a worker bring it up, and then I'll probably grab the Massey. We'll grab a baler. I'm probably going to be a round baler, as much as I generally don't like the round balers that much. I prefer square balers, personally. Just a personal preference, though. A lot easier to stack. That'd be the nicest way to put it, really. It's just easiest to stack. Okay, set destination, and we'll... like that. Should be good. Oh, dang it. I just realized I forgot to put the straw swath on. Whoops. Rookie move. Rookie move. I'm not gonna lie, that was a rookie move. We'll still rent it, because right now it looks like 26 might be ready next month. Looks pretty dark, so... we'll still go ahead and get it rented. Yeah, we'll go ahead and lease that. It's not cheap, but we'll just have it for this month and the next. We're not going to get much out of this at this point. Yeah, that is a rookie move. We could, if we wanted to, buy that planter, and we could probably get that field here planted this month as well. Alright, so here we are back with the baler. I did empty the harvester. It's very much needed. So, alright, so let's get this lowered and on. I'm not sure how many bales we'll get from this. I put it to the max capacity already, the 180 centimeter bales, so we'll see. Those are pretty large bales. The unfortunate thing is the harvesting does take a little while, just because it goes so slow up on some of the hills and stuff, because of, well, sometimes it's touching the ground with the header, because the header is so wide. Unfortunate, but I mean, not much we can really do if we want a larger header. It's just kind of going to be how it is. Oh, I do not have automatic drop-off on. There we go. So that was, what, 11,000 liter bale. We shouldn't need a ton of them, because in my experience I usually don't use too much straw into TMR mixes. You can see it's just absolute, basically rockets down, and then on the uphill it takes a little while. To grab the Merlot after this. Haven't used the Merlot on camera in a little while now, actually. I mainly just use it to, put the hay bales into the cow's pen. That's about it. Well, I guess we could, yeah. We don't gotta grab the bales quite yet. I'll probably have this field get planted today, so while, you know, workers working on the starting bit of doing the planting, we can clear the bales. $26,500. Yeah, like I said, obviously we did lose a decent amount of money in doing that, but it's gonna be nice just to be able to get to the next stage. We should easily have enough here to do that, so then we'll know obviously what the next stage is. If it needs planks or something, we can switch the sawmill to that. I'm gonna try not to buy too much of the cement products. I would like to try and save up for, you know, the things that we do need. Or save up for the factory itself. Which should be a net positive, you know, financially wise, because it's... those products are not cheap to sell. I mean, you make a good amount of money by selling them, so... it would just add to how much money we make, more than anything. Picked up. Not going to be a ton here, because it was the small swath. And I'm not going to unload a partial bale of this, because I'll do barley. Hopefully next month. It looks like it should be ready. Looks like it. Put that there for now. I'll grab the trailer. We'll get that put into the silo, and then I'll go and buy the planter. I think that's going to be a good investment, and I think we'll do soybeans. If we get soybeans in now, it should be ready to sell come that high price. So we'd be potentially looking at a crop we could maybe sell right off the field or a month after. Not too far, you know, after harvest, we'd be able to sell it. And I think for the most part, outside of like straw needs and stuff, we'll try to do that. Try to do more soybeans and stuff. Because right now we have, you know, a bunch of different products and lettuce and oyster mushrooms and stuff. But it's all being sold in the winter time, so we really don't have much to sell during the year outside of the long planks and wood beams. So we could have soybeans in there as well, so we get a nice jolt, a bigger jolt than what we already get. There we go. Well, let's check at this. So oats, we now have 70,000 liters, which would be about $135,000 at max price. And I do keep forgetting, we'll probably do chickens and sheds and stuff soonish, because we obviously would like to get some place to store the bales and the machinery. Because otherwise, I would go and spend some money on a field. Probably one of these larger fields down here. I do want to do it. I do want to buy another field. I haven't decided which one at this point. I don't think we'll go after one down here. Maybe the grass field, but not right now. So I'm kind of leaning towards either this field in the future, this one right here, or if we continue on here, this larger field up here. They're not too far from the farm. It's kind of an unfortunate position where we're at for the main farm. A lot of the bigger fields are not around the farm, so we're gonna have to travel to wherever our fields are. It's just kind of gonna be how it is. So I think we'll go ahead and buy this planter too. Yeah, we'll buy it. And we'll want to buy some seeds as well as fertilizer. Of course, fertilizing. There we go. Buy 2 bags for now. I would think that would do that whole field. I'll probably get this tractor all repaired as well since we're here. We can do it at the farm too, but to give us the best luck, especially with that hill, we're going to want to get this repaired. Honestly, I might see if I can just have... I might have this planted the other direction. That way we don't have to deal with the hill as much. Right now, I have a feeling it's going to be pretty slow going, especially up the hill. Alright, so we'll give it a try going up the hill. It's going to want to do that base just to see how it goes. I'll get this adjusted in here. Put a worker on it. Not sure how many outsides they probably do. It's probably 3, 4? Looks like it's probably 4. Yeah, it might be 3. I'm just going to see how this goes uphill. If it goes well, then I'll leave it. And then I'll just grab the Merlot quick and we can get those bales collected so they're out of the way. The slowest portion is probably over there. It's the steepest portion of the hill. Looks pretty good. Hasn't bogged down or anything. I think we'll leave it. Let's go and grab the Merlot. But yeah, a shed will be much appreciated. We don't have a spot for bales right now. Almost 2 sheds, honestly. So we need something to put some of our equipment in. Instead of, you know, just being all over the yard like it currently is. You know, sure, some things might not be able to fit in a shed very well because, you know, some of these things are fairly wide, and you know that's 6.5 meters wide, and it's not going to get folded, that planer. So it might be tough to. So we're just gonna barely get on the one side. I want to go a little bit lower though. Yeah, I would buy fields around here. It's just tough to justify with also getting the forestry in it, which is not bad. We could put it all into the sawmill. It's just it's a lot of work to get to the actual field, and what I want is to get a crop field and not a section I'm gonna have to open up and make it a field later on. Guess we'll just put this over here, I think, for now. Well, we can officially, you know, get a mixer if we want now. We have the silage and we have the hay to do it. Could consider to do it now if we wanted. Obviously, right now I don't think we have the financial ability to do it, but they skipped a section in there. What the heck? Now they're going back down there. Workers do some funny things. I completely missed that bale. It wasn't even close. I'll blame it on the fog. There we go. It was all the fog's fault. There we go. Maybe it's a little easier in first person. You know, almost press all the way down and then pick it up, because otherwise they're not going to come off the forks at the same time. That's kind of important. I'm not sure when rice fields will be ready, but yeah, I think this winter we'll put a lot of probably money into doing the chickens as well as sheds. I'm thinking 2 total sheds right now. And I'm thinking that we'll probably want obviously chickens in there. Yeah, I think we're starting to come together. I think the farm is starting to come together. It's just taking a little while to get here, as I kind of thought it would, especially seeing, you know, prices of equipment and stuff. Because, you know, we don't have a ton of mods yet. They're coming, slowly and surely they are coming, but... And mods help a ton in maps and everything, because everything can be a lot cheaper. Some of the modded equipment can be half the price of a comparable size base game thing. Is that always the most realistic? Probably not. I'm gonna admit that now. There we go. That can continue on then. We have 3 pallets right now of mozzarella. Well, we have a ton of that right now. Yeah, at max price, we're talking $74,000. Plus, you figure we'll have easily 250,000 of lettuce, and we'll have, you know, a good 30,000 oyster mushrooms. Not a ton, but it's something. Over $130,000 of oats. A lot of money here. And I also have to keep in mind, wood chips is coming too. That's 65 grand. There's a lot of money that we have that's just kind of sitting in here right now, just waiting for the higher prices. And honey, we'll sell that when we probably sell everything else. Rice rolls, that's an extra 17 grand. We have a lot of things that can be sold soonish, next month or so. Yeah, December, I think we just have oats right now. Which says January, but I think it's December, actually. Wood chips might be similar. No, that's January. Well, it kind of depends on the price. It might be highest then, you never know. Lettuce is January. Oyster mushrooms is January. So yeah, like everything is January for the most part. Either December, January, buffalo mozzarella. I did not check that. January as well. Hopefully it'll be at the farmer's market, because that'll be where basically everything else gets sold. It's one of the easier places to sell everything at. Let's turn on steering assists. That'll make trying to follow their lines a lot easier. Well, I'll go ahead and start with time lapse. We'll get this field finished, so I'll talk to everyone once the time lapse is done.
Constantly changing my mind. Feels like I'm burning inside. Will it ever be different? Will we always be distant? 'Cause something that I need to tell you. Maybe we can do this together. Grab my car, let's go for a ride, yeah. We don't need to try. 'Cause something that I need to tell you. Maybe we can do this together. Grab my car, let's go for a ride,
Alright, so I'll probably end up having to get this the rest away off camera because some of these spots really don't want to be planted. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to go into the softening tool and try to fix it that way. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards, especially in that area and up there. The other ways I could just go a different direction. It was fine. This one I couldn't get to actually plant either direction. We could try it a second time, maybe? So work this way? No. That's kind of the story of how this is going. Quite unfortunate, but I don't know what else I can do to get it a little bit better. This field just... there's a lot of hills and stuff in it that cause issues. If we go to sculpting, and we want soften. Alright, that worked. I'll have to do it with this one down here as well. Yeah, this might just be one of those things, well, I might try to have a worker plant the other direction in the future, and then, you know, we won't have as big of a problem here. Right, let's see if that does it. Oh, yep, just like that, yeah. I'm gonna have to slowly probably get this field softened perfectly in the future, but right now that's just kind of what we're gonna have to deal with until we get it perfect. But anyways, that is everything for today. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.